Hi everybody, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to talk about how I almost messed up my first assignment of the semester. I, like most students, have a massive problem with procrastinating and just can't help but leave everything to the last minute. Most of the time, students can get away with doing assignments last minute, especially if it's a simple assignment and you know what you're doing. That's not always the case with mature students, as you probably have a million other responsibilities and it's so easy to have the work build up, as my video will now demonstrate. So the assignment was based on a practical we did in a lab session. We were basically trying to find out why some patients were having various symptoms by testing the level of enzyme activity in the patient's plasma. Fairly straightforward practical, and we get 2 weeks to complete the write-up for the practical. I could have and probably should have completed it the week it was set, but the lab session was right in the middle of the children's half-term holiday, so I thought I would leave it for the next week as it was a fairly straightforward assignment. So that week we took the children out for walks in South Downs National Park. Beautiful views, but it was bitterly cold. The following week things were back to normal, but I definitely felt like I was coming down with something. So anyway, my husband dropped me off to uni, I had lectures, and then I had a meeting with the lovely people at the Students' Union. I went to talk to them about setting up the Mature Student Society. They were really helpful and very friendly. Now at this point I hadn't even started the write-up for the assignment, but I was feeling so bad all I wanted to do was go home. So I took the train home, and as you can see I looked just as bad as I felt. So when I got home I did some cooking, and after dinner I went straight to bed because I was exhausted and I really needed the rest. The next day I had lectures as normal. I also had a meeting about hospital placement for next year. I'm actually quite excited about that. Now, I had a couple of hours free, so I really should have used that time to go to a library and get on with the assignment. But instead, I decided to go across the road to Mifra's house to get some supplies for the society meeting that I had later on. While I'm here, let me just show you the amount of construction work going on at the moment as part of the university's big build project. Anyway, I finally made it to the library and managed to get started on my assignment. Even though I was still feeling a bit under the weather, I got the majority of the equations worked out, and all I needed to do was write up the discussion, make the graphs look presentable, and type it all up. I also managed to get a few bits prepared for the society meeting, which I had later on. Yay me! So, after my day of productivity, I really didn't get much else done on the assignment. This was really bad, because by now I was feeling seriously unwell. The assignment was due the next day, and I still had to type everything up and format the graphs. By the way, that's my propagator in the background, doing kind of a gardening experiment, but that's another story for another day. Now, I really did do as much as I possibly could, but by 11 o'clock at night, I decided I needed to get some rest. Okay, so I managed to get about 2 hours sleep the night before, as my daughter kept me up all night. But anyway, I had my coffee and just got on with it. All I had to do was type up the rest of the discussion and make the graphs and equations look pretty. But do not underestimate the amount of time that can take. Finally, I got everything finished and sent it off. Fingers crossed it's not a complete disaster. It would have been nice to have had it finished a couple of days beforehand. That way I could have proofread it and made any corrections. But that's what you get when you leave everything to the last minute. Perhaps next time I'll just get it done beforehand, because you never know what might come up that will prevent you from doing your assignment. But what's that old saying? Old habits die hard. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time.